Hi, beautiful people. I'm Kay. I came on today just to say hello and see if everybody's okay with these strikes from Iran, which of course have been happening anyway through Hezbollah and different places around Israel. But I hope everyone can be calm. It's disturbing for sure, but it was inevitable because Iran's been trying to get us into a war for a long time. Russia wants us at war, and we're being provoked. And Biden is standing the ground. He defended Israel, but he's standing his ground and trying to keep the war from escalating. So kudos to Biden. He doesn't have an easy job, and he's doing a phenomenally good job. A lot of people have been critical of him about Palestine, the Palestinians. I mean, we cannot help if Netanyahu is not listening. If he doesn't heed what Biden is saying and all the other people around him in our government, what's his name? The Secretary of State. I've lost his name for a minute. They're trying to keep us out of a major escalation in the Middle East. So please don't blame Biden. If anyone is at fault, it's Trump for getting into this. So anyway, I just wanted to do a little reading today and see how things are going. I've been rearranging my house. I've been working with my house plants. They get too much light in summer, so I put them in a little bit of a dimmer light. And I'm trying to organize things so that I have a little more space in here, so I got rid of a little furniture. Put my cards up here. They were usually all together where I couldn't really reach them during readings. I have my relationship cards up there in case people have questions about relationships. But my Buddhist cards, my travel cards. But today I just want everyone to feel better, so I'm going to read from the cards I created. They aren't published yet. I'm working on fixing up better artwork for them. A friend of mine took a phenomenal photo for the back of the cards. Anyway, things are a little bit in disarray because, well, hopefully I know where everything is, but it's hard when you move. But it was nice because I went to a place, it was actually a B&B right next door. My son put me up in it, and what happened was our line for our sewer was attached to our neighbors, so it had to be separated. The city just suddenly came up with the trip-eruptor. This house has been like this for like over 100 years, that now he has to separate the sewer lines. So my son, who lives upstairs, he got it all worked out so that I could, while the work was being done in the basement, they were cutting through and working on a line right under my floor. He got me a nice place to stay that was B&B next door. So that was an experience. It was very bright and airy, and there was more room to walk around, and I thought, I've got to rearrange my place differently when I put it back together. I had to put everything in the house that I didn't want to get dirty, either in the cupboards, and I don't have a lot of cupboard space, so I had to do that and put everything in the bedroom that I didn't want to get dirty. So I have been cleaning and cleaning and cleaning in preparation for putting things back. And since summer's coming, I'm thinking I don't necessarily want the heavy carpets in here. Anyway, that's just personal stuff. Otherwise, I've been feeling a little better health-wise, and I've been doing a lot less worrying about things. There's always a lot to worry about if you're a worrier. As soon as something gets solved, there's something else to worry about. And I was definitely a worrier. But no more. I'm just throwing it over my shoulder. Something comes up, I start getting worried and stressed, boom, I throw it over my shoulder. A Frenchman that I met in Cambodia told me, he said, when you're thinking about your ex, because at that time I was obsessing over a relationship that I knew I couldn't go back to because I'd been abused. And he said, next time you think of him, just throw him over your shoulder into the back fence and lock that fence. And I thought that was really great advice. So I think of that and sort of laugh if I ever think about my ex, which I don't do as much anymore. But we did have a good time traveling together, and I can remember the good times. But I don't have to fixate on the fact that I'll never see him again. That's okay. That's okay. So anyway, here are some cards that I wrote that make me feel better, and I hope they make you feel better. So you can repeat after me if you like. Okay, the first one that's coming up, it says, I decide for myself who I want to be. You can say it. I believe that I decide for myself exactly who I want to be. I create my own reality, and it's amazing. And don't forget, every morning, raise your hands up in gratitude for what you have. We all have things to be grateful for, and the more grateful we are, the more things we can let go, and then good things can come in. So, just think about that. I'm allowing myself to grieve. Then I release, I look up, I raise my arms and see or visualize my angels. Now, I got to see, when I was grieving, I got to see something that looked like this card. I had never seen this card before, but when my cousin died, I saw her dressed like this. I could only see her face, and she was with God. I couldn't see his face, but it was unmistakably him. And he was carrying her up to heaven. So that was a pretty exciting thing. So when I saw this card, I decided to buy it just to always remember to believe that there is a hereafter and God is real. And there's just another beautiful, beautiful realm that we haven't been in yet unless we've had a near-death experience. So be happy with that. I create my own destiny. I create my own story and form my own destiny by living it. I live my destiny. I am where I'm supposed to be at any given time. I am on my path. It's not like I have gone on the wrong path. I am on the right path at all times. Especially, when you ask every morning or afternoon or whenever you want to, when you ask the angels to come in and guide you, they do. They will give you signs. They will let you know. If you are just open to it, you will be led in a wonderful way that you never imagined. And things will happen like miracles. I allow myself to be all that I envision for my own destiny. I am good at manifesting. And you can definitely become good at manifesting by meditating, getting all the garbage out of your head, and listening to Spirit guide you. It's really a lot simpler than people think. You manifest by imagining the good that you want in your life. I care for myself with love. I expect nothing from others. I am fulfilling my own dreams. I am my own white knight. In case you're waiting for a man to save you, remember that you are your own white knight. We are the authors of our own life. I steer my own ship. I am the captain. I am the leading lady in my life. I love that from the line from Holiday. If you've ever seen that movie, it's my absolute favorite. It's where the two ladies trade places. Try to remember their names. They trade houses at Christmas time from England to the U.S. Lovely movie. Holiday. I collapse worry by being in the present, in the now. And if you've ever had those cards, the now, what is it? Tole, forget his first name right now, but the cards for the power of now is the name of you can have cards or get the book. And they are so helpful. I mean, I didn't realize how much I was living in the past and the future until I got those cards and started meditating. I am free. I deserve the reality that I create. I deserve the reality that I desire. I want for nothing. It doesn't really matter how much money you have. You're rich. If you're rich in spirit, you are wealthy. I'm forever grateful for what is now. I create my own good energy. A friend of my son, he's an artist, and a friend of his made these cards. They're so good. And when I was living in New Mexico with a cousin, I was really working a lot on my self-esteem. She wanted to read cards with me, and I told her I wasn't confident enough. And my son had given me these cards just as I left Portland. I just stayed away for 6 months. And she wrote these beautiful cards. Everything is happening in the perfect time for you. Remember that it's way better to have things in increments than having it all at once. And she does artwork. I like the way her cards look on the back. Oh, and her name, I forgot her name for a minute, Adrienne Vita. Adrienne Vita. And she's at Adrienne That's ADRIENNE. AdrianVita.com. Yeah, that's her name. And she lives in our neighborhood here in Portland. Take the time to creatively visualize and daydream regularly. Now, when I was a child, I was always getting in trouble for daydreaming. But I didn't listen. I knew daydreaming was good for me and I loved it, and it was my imagination, and a lot of times it was a lot more interesting than what was going on in class, although I was a good student. Okay, expectation means a desire and a belief that we are in the right place. If a desire hasn't come, notice less of what is and put that in the past. Imagine, believe, and expect. I must say, I don't really agree with that card because I don't like the idea of expectations. I was writing something on love and trying to define it, and I asked my son Tripper, I said, what do you think about love? How would you define it? And he said in one line, he said, love is having no expectations. I love that. Care about the way you feel, practice the art of allowing, and guide yourself in a more unconditional way. And you know, that is a good idea, to love ourselves like we were our own parent. Now, in my case, I feel like I would need to create an idea of a loving parent who loved me unconditionally because I had very critical parents. But for those of you who are in a world where your parents were very loving, kind, gentle with you, imagine that you are your own parent. Say you lost them, or say you're just living without them in another city. Be your own parent. Take care of yourself as if you are a precious child whom you love unconditionally. You can be, do, and have anything you want. The world doesn't have to demonstrate it for you to know it. I just love her happy drawings. Notice the signs you've been receiving. It's not mere coincidence, but it's a special message just for you. Notice the signs. It might be a bird chirping. It might be a flower, or it might be a cherry blossom flying in the wind. It might be, well, a sign can be anything, you know, a feather, or you might actually get to hear. You might get to hear the signs. But know that the people that have gone before you are still in another realm, but they are here too. They are here looking, watching, listening, helping. So you can call them in for help at any time. Okay, let's see what the cards are saying for us today. I love this old deck. I've had it for quite a long time. I love it so much that I wrote solutions to problems on the cards. And I want to see what kind of answers we're getting today. They are so big, they're a little hard to shuffle. I shuffled 3 times. You can't really hear it because I'm having to do it in a little different way. Oh, they're just huge. I haven't read from them for a long time, and I feel like it'd be nice to hear what they say. Well, the first one says there's going to be sudden change. right now, actually. That's in the present time, and there is sudden change. Hopefully things won't escalate, but there has been a change politically. Very huge. Okay. Abundance, happiness, fulfillment, and joy. It's the Ace of Cups. Oh, I didn't show you the Tower. The Visconti Sforza. Very hard to pronounce the name of this deck. There's going to be success, wealth, treasures. There might be a little disappointment. You're going to put in a lot of effort on something and you will see the good that comes from it. It will be well worth it. You will be beginning an adventure. You will have success in that adventure. Nine of Cups. A lot of success. In order to have that success, you need to release yourself from some addiction that is holding you back. For me, it's probably watching TV. Oh gosh, we all have our things that we do too much of, but we try to be moderate. You're going to meet someone that has a really insightful perspective who will help you. Justice, truth and justice will come. Truth and justice. Okay, let's see if we can find the karma card for the day, or what is the outcome? Okay, try to avoid unrealistic expectations. Sort of more of a warning. Let me see if I can see any more about that. The best thing to do for the best outcome is to forgive. Forgive your enemies. Forgive people that have done you wrong. Maybe they don't even know it. Forgiveness is very key to having happiness. Forgiveness and gratitude. So I do hope that everyone has a wonderful Sunday, and I hope you've enjoyed today. And hey, please subscribe. Love you guys.